How I look? Look good? Good. Awesome. One thing you're never going to hear me say is I love dump trucking and I love trucks. You're just never going to hear those words out of my mouth in a non-sarcastic fashion. It is a Wednesday night, damn near 5, well, it's 5:30 right now. And I got a filthy dump truck, broken hub cover, hubcap, oil cap, whatever you want to call it. And I got to fix it before it gets dark because we got work tomorrow. Let's see here. Couldn't get that lucky twice. Come in the garage to grab a socket and adapter for my impact driver. Just so happens this is what I grabbed first. And guess what? It's the right size. Cool. So what we have here, we have a drop axle. As you can see, it's up in the air right now. This, these 6 bolts hold this plastic cover on. And there's supposed to be plastic here and a sight glass and a little rubber button cap that you can remove. There's what's there. That's what's supposed to be there. As you can see, there's some parts missing. And that is due to, I wouldn't call it negligence or lack of care. Just the operator today had a mishap. He was loading the truck and he wasn't being very cleanly with it. Hence why it's all over the side of the truck. And a large chunk of mud, frozen mud, decided to plop out, bust up my hubcap, my lug nut covers, and also broke the actual hubcap itself that keeps the seal and oil in there. So what we got to do is I'm gonna take all this crap off. It's already broken and busted. Remove this, let all the oil go over the side of the truck, put the new one on, and wash the truck. Easy, right? Easy. And I got about 45 minutes to do all that. This should take about 15 tops. They broke them, they can find a new home for them. I'm going to try to save the ones that are actually still good. This one's broken too, which sucks. Oh, maybe not. They're just plastic, so it's not a huge deal. Let's save that one. Because I'm missing, I think, 3 on the front axle from similar occurrences. Stones and rocks and snow banks and mud clumps catching them and breaking them off. These are just plastic screw-ons. I think they're like $3 or $4 a piece these days. Once upon a time you could buy a whole set for like 25 bucks. Now you're lucky to buy them for less than 40. Yep, that's junk. They broke it, they can find a new home for it. That's how I feel about it. Uh, 1644 is the part number off of this one. Nobody had a 1644, so I got a 1643, which should be the same thing. Just on there pretty tight. Damn, that sucks. Make sure you get these surfaces clean. Oh, ew. That's garbage. The best thing you can do is get a razor blade and take it off that way, but we're going to do it this way. What is that, fucking grease? So, everything's in place here. Everything's cleaned up, rather. I don't have sandpaper, What I usually do is take sandpaper and get this whole thing shiny smooth. But in this situation, obviously don't have it, so I can't do it. Here's a new seal cover. So it's going to go on just fine, work just fine. Two things I need to make very clear with sealing these things. Here's your new gasket. There's no direction for these, it just goes on. I always use black adhesive sealant, Permatex brands, one of the most popular ones out there. I'm sure there's other ones like Gorilla or Glorilla or whatever brand. You don't need a whole lot of this shit. This is a little secret I learned when I was a kid. A lot of guys would go on there and start making a big old bead or whatever. Just take it and just lightly coat both sides of your gasket. Now, sometimes it's best to wear gloves for this. I know I should wear gloves more often because it's a pain in the ass to get this stuff off once it's on your fingers. But that's part of the fun, getting dirty. So I'll just take it and smear it on here. I'll pick one spot that I'll have to touch up once it's on the truck. But yeah, just do this. Get it tacky the whole way around. You ain't gotta make a big old globby mess, just to, like I said, smear it. You ain't gotta be carried away, just glob it on there. If that camera can see it too. So if you did this right, you should be able to just stick it right in place. Just like that. And then take your excess you might have and that spot you were holding with your fingers to keep somewhat clean. Just a little dabble there. Take your rag that you're going to throw away at the end of this because it'll have gasket maker on it. And see what I mean? It's hard to get it off your fingers. Hate this job. Hate these fucking trucks. But it's nice to be able to do this kind of stuff yourself. You ain't got to call your boss and whine and cry about, my truck's broken, I don't know what to do. And then, it's a hassle for him, which something like this takes 15 minutes to do. We're already 3/4 of the way done. Make sure you put your cap back on your gasket maker. Save that for another day. $5 for that tube. Actually ain't a bad price. I think it was like $13 advanced auto, but this was $5 for this at the parts store for truck parts. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. This kit came with new hardware, which I really do appreciate. Nothing wrong with the old bolts, but new hardware is always good. And what I'll do, and yes I will, line her up there. Try your best to make it one swift motion. One there, one down yonder. Oh, my Chattahoochee. I can feel it's kind of sticking to the gasket there a little bit. Now it's on there. Now, these gaskets I like to tighten up in a star pattern. I'm not sure if you absolutely have to or not. Also, it'll tell you on the side right here, 12.5 foot-pounds of torque on these bolts, so you don't actually crack the plastic. Just a little pro tip, this is a Bauer brushless impact driver. This little button down here, come on now, you gonna work or what? It's on level 2. Go to 3, go to 1. Stay on 1 for this. Now, what you saw me do is I snugged up all the bolts, so I got 1 or 2 ugga-duggas. I will go to level 2. Done. And if you look really closely, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's really no extra gasket maker sticking out past that seal, but you can see some places there is where there's a little excess. Done. That should be all I need to do. I gotta add oil to it, obviously, because I done lost a bunch of it between chains. This is gear oil. A lot of folks will go buy that. I think it's synthetic hub oil. This will do just fine for what we're doing here. Like to turn the hub a little bit. Make sure she's doing the thing. Add some more. If you look, there's a fill line. We're just below that fill line here. I'm going to add a little extra because as the wheel spins, more's going to get sucked in there, I guess. That's the best way to describe it. Because I lost a good bit today. So a little extra won't hurt. This goes right back in, just pushes in place. That's all it does. Just like that. And that's fixed. There you go. There you have it. The hub seal's fixed. It's really an easy job, but it's something that happens a lot with trucks. Whether they go bad, the gaskets go bad. Like happened today, a guy bumped into it. Well, dropped a big glob of muddy ice onto it. It happens. It is what it is. Not much you can do about it after it's already done. You can't get mad, scream, cuss, and holler. You can, but it gets you nowhere. Took me, what, 15 minutes to do all that? And then the video takes about 3 minutes to do it, the video. My best advice for anybody that owns their own truck, or is thinking about getting their own truck, be able to do these kind of things. I hate seeing the guys that drive trucks all the time and just don't know how to work on them at all. Grease them, fix small broken things, change a light, just the simple things that can take 5 minutes. A shop's going to charge you probably $250 for that, and just in parts it was like $30 with tax for parts. That hubcap cost $20. The gasket maker cost, I think, $5 or $6. And then oil, I already had the oil, but that was probably another $5 for oil. So let's just figure $35 for parts and materials. And labor time, less than a half hour in and out of the shop. But shops are going to charge you $150 to $250 for that. I don't know what they cost anymore. I've never been to the shopping for years. But something like that took me 15 minutes or less. It took more time to get the cameras set up and on my head to record it than it did to actually do the work. So that's just a little thing I like to express to guys that want to drive truck or get their own truck or get into trucking in general. Be able to have some skills to wrench on these things. You don't have to know how to rebuild a motor. It helps. It does help. But if you can change a tire, change a hubcap seal, fix lights, fix wiring the right way, grease the truck, adjust your clutch, adjust your brakes. There's a lot of little things that can be done to a truck. It don't cost you a lot of money to do. It's just a matter of doing it. Fixing your tarps, wheel seals, brakes. Honestly, it doesn't take much to change brakes out on a truck these days. Just have to have the impact done and the tools get the tires and wheels off and big sockets. I mean, there isn't much that I haven't done to this truck, to my buddy's trucks, or to trucks I've worked on in the past. I don't own this truck, so I don't really care if I have to fix it or not. I just fix it because it's doable. It saves my boss tons of money, time, and hassle. Makes me look better. I get paid my time to do this, so here we are. That's just the hub seal. It's all it was. Hubcap, end seal is all it was. What could have costed him, an idiot driver, could have had that same problem today, and it would have costed the boss 3 times, 4 times as much because the driver can't fix it by himself. Well, now the driver has to go back to the shop, and the boss has to get the parts, and the boss has to fix this. or has to say, hey, go fix this at my shop. I think I'm too busy to fix it. I literally got parts on the way home, came home, fed my kids real quick, came out here and buzz, 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 gasket, buzz, 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 back on a truck. We are ready to go to work right now if we have to, in a matter of 30 minutes or less. But we have to wash this ugly pig off because it is ugly, disgusting, dirty, because that operator did not care. I digress. Let's get to it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If you made it this far, maybe I can ask you kindly to like, comment, subscribe to this video and this channel. I don't know what the goal is, other than I want to make videos to educate, humor, and occupy your time. So, see you next time on Thick and Rugged.
Life on a pale blue dot.